What did you dream of becoming when you were a child? Dream. I love this word. As a kid, I loved visualizing myself all grown up and doing things that I always dreamt of. During my kindergarten days, I dreamt of becoming a police officer because I thought they had all the power. With every passing day, my dreams would evolve. It changed. I wanted to be a teacher, wearing a sari, and everyone respected teachers. During my young adolescent days, I wanted to become a reality show star. With all the music reality shows getting all the hype at that time, I dreamt myself on stage, singing my heart out, asking people to vote for me, and winning. Probably I found a sense of peace in my dreams. My dreams made me confident, made me curious about pathways. It made me work for things that I had to accomplish first. My dreams made me determined and dedicated to all that I was doing and all I had to do. In 2012, I graduated my high school and I left my hometown Pokhara with a dream to become a strong, independent woman. As I came to Kathmandu, I grabbed every opportunity I could encounter so that I could grow. I did a number of jobs, volunteered, I participated in events, I won, I organized events. Basically, I was doing everything so that I could grow and stand out in the crowd. And in 2017, I graduated with the Best Graduating Student Award, and that was like a dream come true. And probably it made me driven to do challenging tasks and leave a mark. As any graduate, I was being asked questions like, what next? I was confused with a lot of options that I had. But what I was sure of was anything that I would sign up for would have to tick off three things. 1, sense of purpose. 2, financial independence. 3, growth. One day, I was just scrolling through my Facebook and I saw an ad. What if your first job was changing the nation? Teach For Nepal Fellowship 2017, accepting applications. Teach For Nepal was not something new to me. I was following Teach For Nepal since its inception. I believed in the work that Teach For Nepal was doing. I found the works and efforts of fellows amazing, but I never thought that I would sign up for the fellowship. But now that I was eligible, I was a graduate, I started thinking, is this something for me? Sense of purpose. After following Teach For Nepal, I realized the gap that existed between private schools and public schools. It shook me knowing the numbers and facts and figures. It said, in the past decade, there were 1 million kids who failed to complete school. It shook me. So, signing for Teach For Nepal Fellowship, I'll be working in a rural public school, working with students, helping them to dream. So, sense of purpose, tick. Financial independence. The fellowship provided me with a stipend. We'll be living in a rural community, accommodation provided, so not much of expense. And what I have always believed is what stays in hand is more important than what comes in hand. So financial independence, ticked. Growth. Being a part of Teach For Nepal, I would be part of a larger global network where I would have ample spaces to share, learn, and grow. As a management graduate, I was always very curious regarding how I would be applying my management skills. As a Teach For Nepal fellow, I would be planning my lesson plans every day, have my quarter goals, annual goals, will be working in an under-resourced school where I'll be generating resources, organizing various events, will be living in a community, so public relations. We'll be working with the local government, the local teachers, community stakeholders, and how many subordinates does a manager manage every day? 10, 12, 20? As a Teach For Nepal fellow, I will be educating, managing, and motivating more than 200 students every day. So will I not grow? No doubt. Tick. In short, I applied for Teach For Nepal Fellowship, believing that it would be a great platform where I can apply my management skills and also be a part of a larger network where we'll be working for this beautiful purpose that all children will attain an excellent education. 2016, December 25, was indeed a Merry Christmas because I was offered my fellowship on that particular day. April 2017, I, along with few of my cohort members, were dropped off at Sindhupalchok. I still remember the 4 hours bus ride from Kathmandu to Sindhupalchok, where I was all silent. I was recalling everything that I learned in my 45 days of training. I also thought about the 7-year-old me who once dreamt of becoming a teacher. That little girl who would turn her mother's shawl into a sari and every door into a blackboard. Yes, that was me. And now I was headed off to a school, and I was a real teacher. I was nervous and I was scared. But I was so excited to get into the school, get to know my children, my students, teach them, learn about them, and help them strengthen the learning outcome in the next 2 years. As a fellow, I was teaching students from class 7 to 10. I was teaching English. I started with letter writing sessions with my students. So basically, I would ask them to write letters to me about their family, their friends, their villages, their favorite game. Basically, I was trying to get to know my students better. One day, I asked my students to write about their dreams. And a lot of my students, they just started staring at the ceiling. One student, she walked up to me and said something that made me go completely numb. She said, "Miss, I don't have a dream. मेरो त सपना नै छैन." The next day, she handed me a letter where she wrote how she and her family struggled belonging to a marginalized group where nobody expects her to do anything, that she just cannot imagine doing anything in life, where she feels dreaming is not for her, that she's not worthy of dreaming. That really broke my heart. Because every child deserves to dream. Every child can dream, should dream, and deserves this enabling environment where they can work for their dream. My efforts in my 2 years of fellowship was to make my students see the best in them. Constant reinforcement that they are not defined by their caste, their creed, their any sort of social tag, their gender, but by their actions. What I realized was it was not just getting into the classroom and delivering the best lesson plan, but it was about the small things, the laughters that we shared, the conversation that we had during our lunch breaks, the home visit, the small talks. Those were the things that were actually bringing change. In my second year of fellowship, that very student was one of the school captains, the mediator whenever there was any dispute among students. We once had a football tournament where we had 6 organizing schools, and we decided to have students as well in the organizing committee. When we asked the students who would want to be the student coordinator, she was the only one who rose her hand. And she had a beautiful explanation to why she should be the student coordinator. She said, "Miss, I don't have temper issues. So whenever there is a football tournament, there's high possibility that there would be fights. So whenever there's any sort of fight, I can easily manage my friends. So that's why I should be the student coordinator." There were times when I felt she had outgrown me. For her, there was something that once made her feel that she was not worthy of dreaming. For a lot of other kids, there were a lot of other reasons that made them feel not good enough to dream. But we worked on it. My fellowship journey, it started with me working for the purpose, me being financially independent, me growing. But somewhere in the journey, it had become about us, me and my students. This is my last day of fellowship. It was an emotional day. And this is something that I shared on my socials. It is amazing how I've learned so much in the process of teaching. Me and my kids have developed ourselves together in these 2 years. And it's been full of celebration. We've celebrated every downfall, every success, every correct spelling, every hand that rose to answer a question, also every hand that rose to ask a question, every voice that said, this is wrong, every stupid mistake, every wise mistake, every joke, every laughter, every tear, every smile, every dream. My dream, their dream, our dream, that they will attain an excellent education, because my kids deserve, every child deserves an excellent education. It's been over 6 years that I've completed my fellowship, but we still celebrate our wins. The very student whose example I shared, whose story I shared, she's now pursuing her bachelor's and is also working as a teacher herself. And I'm so proud of her. And I'm so proud of all my kids. They're navigating life, family, work, education. I know things are not easy, but I know they will figure things out. And I'm so proud of them. And every day, I wake up and work believing that no child ever has to say that they don't have a dream. Because they should have a dream, they can have a dream, and they deserve to dream. Today, I work as the Partnerships Manager at BlinkNow Foundation. One of our key programs is Kopila Valley School, one of the greenest schools in Nepal, where we have more than 400 kids. We provide them with free quality education, nutrition, and a safe space where they can learn and grow. We also have a Futures program. This very program helps students know about various career pathways, and we help them to dream better and bigger. Basically, we are making their wings stronger so that they can fly higher. In addition, we have community health and wellness program, a children home, a sustainability program, and a women's center. All our programs are child-centric integrated programs so that we can ensure that all children can have a space where they can be safe, they can have education, and they can be loved. My role as a partnerships manager is to foster collaboration among like-minded organizations and individuals so that we can collectively create a loving, safe spaces for children where they can be loved and they can attain excellent education. And I think we are enablers, or we can be enablers. In our life, we've had someone who's helped us reach where we are today. And probably we can also be that someone for someone. The question is, can we be that someone? Do you believe that every child deserves to dream? And if yes, what can you do about it? Thank you.